and welcome to week 4 of Policies and Procedures, our road trip. So within the past few weeks, you have been learning about the different type of centers available, state and local regulations, as well as how to create a checklist and questions to ask an administrator. So before you take your road trip and visit the center, you need to explore the websites of materials available for administrators to use. So that way, when you're at the centers, you'll be able to ask what they're using, why they chose these aspects, and how they benefit them. So I want you to take a look at things such as security systems. How can you provide a safe, secure environment for them? And do you want video cameras so parents can log on? Or your curriculum, is it going to be all online for the teachers to create, or are you going to use already pre-made aspects? Simple things like that make your life easier. Aspects within your office personnel, staff files, child files, all your policies and procedures maintained within a quick click of the button. These are things that you need to be starting to explore. Then, when you have explored that, you're going to take your time in the centers to check everything out. Make sure that what you're reading is what you're seeing. And take the time to ask administrators, and if they are allowing you to, ask the staff how and what works best for them. Things such as little Velcro straps like this. Do they really hold the cords in, or are the teachers constantly having to fix them? Or how do they use the light meter? Do they own their own to keep check of the lights? Or do they wait for the inspector to come in and say, nope, lightage is bad, you need to make changes in here? Simple things like this that some centers do choose to have on site, but others, they figure, not a big deal. You'll be looking at those to see what you can utilize as an administrator to make your life easier. So what we'll be doing is taking a short little tour of a different center, and you can see some of the aspects that you should see within a center. Some aspects you should see are things such as a thermometer. Is it at the proper height? Is it set for the right temperature? Are the kits being maintained at the right area? Or simple postings such as the ones behind me. Things such as healthy tips, how to check and care for a child, first aid and CPR, major aspects that all are expected. Major aspects, as I was saying, that they are expected to know and see. Are the cleaners closed and locked and clearly labeled? Or are they easily accessible? Within the bottles, do they have labels on them so teachers are aware of what they are? Are there clear labels on things such as the basement with a lock so that nobody can get into them? All these are safety aspects that need to be taken into consideration as you're doing your tour. Within the areas, are the daily schedules posted for staff and parents to see? And aspects such as accreditation, are things clearly labeled? And do they all have their set spaces so that children and staff are well aware of where things belong and how to maintain the environment? Are fire exits clearly labeled so staff and children are aware of what doors to use? Do you have pull stations to maintain safety? And by each door, is there an attendance sheet for parents and staff so if there's an emergency, they can quickly grab it on their way out to maintain the safety of the child? Are there aspects such as gloves clearly labeled? Is the hand washing procedure posted? Are there reminders to make sure things are occurring properly? All these aspects are things you should be seeing to ensure the safety and well-being for the children. Is there a teacher meeting space? Do they have a circle area? And if they do, what types of things do you see? Is there a calendar? Is there things for nutrition? Are there things that show the children in their names so they get started with name recognition? What about aspects such as their rules? Are those aspects posted? Or how to be nice to others? All these and more are things that you should be seeing throughout your visit. Is there music playing? Is the lighting well? Do they have enough materials for all the children? These are all little things, but they are important to see within your environment. So those are just a few of the things you should be seeing. Now, due to confidentiality aspects, I am unable to show you where you should find your state licensing, your state license, and your food service permit in those aspects. But all of those should be clearly visible when you're doing your tour. So remember, this week you're going to be focusing on how to analyze the different technology available to utilize within a child care center. What types of tools do you want to use and should be used to make your daily life easier? Then you should be able to justify why you selected those items and ask the administrators, why did they select them? How did they select them? And which tools would they utilize if they could, if finances weren't an issue? What would be their prime item, to utilize? Then I want you to comprehend the role an administrator has within a parent orientation and enrollment process, along with retaining the children within their program. Really get to know how they go about interacting with the parents on their first visits and throughout their stay within the child care center. You don't want children in and out within a week. You want them to be able to stay with you for years and years and watch them grow and develop and see their siblings grow and develop as well. And then 10, 15 years later, when they're older, to come back and work for you because they were so happy there as a child that they want to do that for other children as well. You want to be able to recognize the state and local licensing aspects and be able to see what's an accreditation criteria versus what's a state criteria or what the local inspectors expect of you. All these aspects are things you're going to be looking for as you conduct your tour of different child care centers. And then, as I stated before, you'll be utilizing your checklist and questionnaire and submitting these forms for our review. So, enjoy yourselves, ask a lot of questions, and be curious. Make sure you're getting all your answers from them. And if not, why can't they answer your questions? All right? So, take your time, enjoy, like I said, and explore. Good luck.